What's going on, everybody, and welcome to Formula 7 Racing. I do apologise about the delay. Not sure what's happened, but we've had a few issues and it's caused a few problems. So, Nimble, I mean, if you want to jump in, somebody's not shown up for my Red Bull. Right, why can't I hear any audio? What's going on? Why can't I hear? Can you guys hear any desk racing audio? I can't hear any racing audio. Bear with me. Ah, there we go. I just needed to change it so we can hear race audio. Okay. I can't hear it, so I must have that. I can't hear any cars either. Oh, I can. That's weird. I can hear it on my screen, but it's not coming from my microphone. What is going on today? I had all this set up, and then the problem is when you've got 4 kids running around the house, they just mess around with everything. So then next. So you guys can hear me, but you can't hear the game audio either. I tell you what, I know what's going on. I know what's going on, guys. Wait a minute, you wait there. Yeah, I've got it. I've got it. Wait, bear with me. Bear with me. Right. So it was just a bit. What do you mean? So you guys should be able. I can't hear the game audio. I don't. What is going on? What is going on in this bloody life of mine? So, can you hear? Can you hear the cars? Can you guys hear the cars? Honestly, I just give up with tonight. Honestly, like it's just a nightmare. Realistic at the moment. A Wednesday night is just a nightmare. Honestly. So you can hear the cars. What loudly? Because I can't hear them. I just can't hear them. I don't know why I can't hear them, but the problem is so many people mess around with this computer, and then when I go to um, play it, it just doesn't work, and now the microphone won't work. Nathan, why did you change the tracks? Just a problem with the track limits or something. Loads of people were saying that it was really bad. So, right, I'm just gonna have to do it without. I hate it when I can't hear the game audio, but I don't even know what to do anymore, to be honest. Right. So as long as you can hear me and you can hear the game, I'll just have to do it without any audio. The annoying thing is it's coming through my monitor, and I don't know why. But then you can hear me. So I don't understand why you can hear me through the microphone, but I can't hear the game through the microphone. Yeah, no, it just doesn't work, honestly, to be honest, and I give up with it if I'm being completely honest with you guys. Okay, so Max. Oh, there we go. Right, I've done it. Yep, changed it on the computer. Right, what is the audio like, guys? Is everything all right? So we've got 10 minutes of qualifying remaining. I do apologise. It's been the worst stream we've possibly ever done. But we're in, and that's the main thing. Let me know what the audio's like for you guys. If it's too loud or anything. So we are on board with B Wright in the McLaren here in China. Remember, this is round 2. And he's not on a lap, actually. So he's just getting ready for a lap. It is Leo Lund at the moment in the Racing Bull, who is currently provisional pole. What's going on, Josh? Yeah, let me know, guys, what the audio's like on your side and if it's too loud and all that sort of stuff. I'm sorry about short qualifying as well, but the fact that it's 20 to 8 and we still got 8 minutes of qualifying remaining. Problem is, we didn't even try and start the lobby till 1:15 to try and get everyone in. But we're here, and that's the main thing. So I'm just going to do a quick audio check and make sure that it's okay. Right, sounds good to me. Leo Lund, Epic OJ in the Alpine. Oh, what an evening, guys. What an evening. What an evening. So we're on board with Epic OJ in the Alpine. I know, Harvey, I know. So around turn 10 for the Alpine driver, you can see how much on the limit he is as he goes down towards turn 11, and then round 12 at sector 3. And Casper in the McLaren, 3/100ths off of the Racing Bull. The track is now green once again. And we can see the pole position at the moment is that of Leo Lund. Leo Lund on pole position of 1:31.752. Around turn 16, down towards the line, and the Alpine of Epic OJ, who had a great race last week, is up to P6. Then we've got the Mercedes of Fanfrenes, the world champion, yet to set a lap, and he goes up to P5, and just behind his teammate, Casper has retired. He can do no more. He's crashed it. He's crashed it coming out of turn 10, and we've got a little bit of traffic coming up towards him. Yeah, he's binned it to the left-hand side. You can see on board with the Williams there that the McLaren is off the track, so he's not going to be able to do no more. But luckily, he's already set a pretty decent banker. Maxi is on an outlap. Reese in the Ferrari has Merkel right on his tail behind him. Unfortunately, a bad on 4 was supposed to be reserved for Red Bull this evening. He's not turned up. So on board with the Ferrari driver of Reese Dye in this short qualifying session that we rarely do for realistic. I'm going to have to come to some sort of arrangement. Unfortunately, all the billboards have been deleted. We tried to start the lobby twice and it had banned me from going into the race due to the billboards. So yeah, not sure what we do. Obviously, I'll still try and use them, but probably use them a week at a time or something like that. So that was a Mercedes and an Aston Martin that went through the grid. Merkel is up to P3. Jeffy Boy into P4. The Ferrari of Reese. You can see him burning that battery in that Scuderia down in towards turn 14 at the end of that DRS zone. Remember, we've got a sprint race in Mexico on Sunday. It was supposed to be Canada, but it's changed due to inconsistency with track limits and getting a 10-second time penalty. That's more like it, Jeffy, absolutely. So Reese goes up to P1, still says player when he comes through, which is a bit, you know. Anyway, so Be Right in the McLaren is still yet to set a lap time with 4.5 minutes to go. So Reese is on provisional pole. It's Leo London P2, Casper in at P3. Here comes Be Right in the Papaya, down to the line, and it's provisional pole for Be Right by 2/100ths of a second to Reese Die. CJ in the Sauber is behind his teammate. Are they going to work together? No, there's no stopping cars in front. He's well ahead. And Cars is, oh right, I thought he was on a lap of his own, but he's not. So there's no teamwork in that Sauber garage here this evening. So, what can Cars do? It's more what can CJ do, and he was going into the pit lane. Oh, so is CJ, yeah, so that's why they're not helped each other. Pele back in that Racing Bull. Around turn 16, no, into the pit lane. They've got 3.5 minutes to go. Might be me, but audio seems to crackle when you go louder. I will turn it down, mate. That'll probably be why. So if I go to about there, because it's in the red zone, you see, and then if I turn the game audio, which is it this one? Yes, that one. So that one's the game audio. If I turn that down a little bit to about 45, go back on here. Right, when I shout, hello! When I shout, it shouldn't crackle, hopefully. All of the drivers are now in the pit lane. Super Trubo in the Haas is now on an outlap. He's currently in P17. Hopefully that's sorted it anyway. I am still learning all this, and I do apologise to everybody. I know the viewing experience isn't as good as I would have wanted. The main thing for me is giving a good viewing experience to people that tune in on a Wednesday evening. They could be doing anything. They could be watching the football, but instead they tune in to F7 because they want to watch an F1 race, you know? So I try and build a better viewership for you guys, and sometimes we get it wrong. Sometimes we mess it up a little bit. But in the end, it should provide a better experience, a viewing experience for everybody in the long run. So Super Turbo is on an outlap. We are riding on board with the San Marino driver. And he's just going to navigate through a little bit of traffic. The track is now green. Remember, Casper did DNF, so he's down to P4. And just let me know if there's any more crackling, Harvey. So Super Turbo in the Haas, and he's got, look at the traffic that Super Turbo is having to navigate, and all of that dirty air as well. Look at it, there's so many drivers out on track, and he went a little bit early, and he's actually compromised his lap. Cinders is in the pit lane. Maxi Block, who's yet to set a lap time, is on an outlap. Like everybody else on track is out, but we're riding on board with the San Marino driver who resides in the Netherlands around turn 12 into sector 3. And you can see he's about to burn that battery. You can see pole position at the moment is the one for Be Right in the McLaren. So we're going to see something special by the Haas. Or is it all a little bit too late here in China? Around turn 16 at the final chicane. The MoneyGram Haas car, soon to be TGR, to the line. And it's P13 for Super Turbo. All of the other drivers are on outlaps. They are getting ready to go. This is going to be really interesting. And especially the Racing Bull of Leo Lund to see if he can hang with the big boys at the front, especially being in that mid sort of pack car. So CJ is one of the first drivers. I do feel for CJ, because he's got the minerals to be a good driver. But he still lets himself down sometimes, especially with his track limits and his penalties and stuff like that. But when he gets on top of that, he will be different gravy, especially considering he's only 14. Cinders is not going to set another lap. The checkered flag has now waved. We are on board with the Sauber driver, the first of many drivers coming down towards the line. This is what it is all about. So out of turn 13, down towards turn 14, that DRS will kick in, that rear wing wide open. And you can see the drivers now hitting the line. Cars into P10 in that Sauber. Epic OJ in the Alpine is in P6. He's missed the checkered flag. We're back on board with CJ into turn 16. Cuts the apex, goes wide and onto the gravel. He's invalidated. Now we've got a couple more drivers. The Mercedes of Fanford stays P5. You've got Leo Lund who stays P3. But what an incredible lap. The Red Bull, the Racing Bull of Pele backstage P14. Then you've got so many drivers. Mitch in the Ferrari goes P5. What a lap by Mitch. Jeffy Boy takes it off him. B Right is now going to be next. Restart is not going to improve, and B Right is 2 tenths quicker. Merkel, the Italian, improves. Wow, and it is the McLaren that takes pole position. So B Right takes pole here in China. Reese in the Ferrari takes P2. It is Leo Lund, the Swedishman, in P3, followed by his countryman of Casper in P4. Then you've got Jeffy Boy P5, Merkel P6, Mitch in P7, the world champion in P8, Hackmore P9, Epic OJ P10. Then comes Cars in 11, Deadly, Super Turbo, Peleback, CJ, J, Sanderman, Maxiblock, and Cinders. What a great starting 19 drivers to this grid, but it is B Right in the McLaren that will start on pole position, but with Reese right on his tail, who knows what's going to happen. And Leo Lund going in towards turn 1. This will be an exciting race, let me tell you. So stay tuned for this, ladies and gentlemen. Fraser, are you talking to me? What do I do for work? So, we are getting ready here in China for round 2 for Formula 7 Realistic. Fraser, I just work for a company here in the UK called John Lewis. Ah, nice one, Jake. Big up, salute. Salute. Here we go, formation lap. Whereabouts you from, Fraser? So, everybody get ready. This should be a fantastic race. losing me marbles. Cambridgeshire. I was down Cambridge. I was down Trumpington with work a couple of months ago. Down Trumpington. So Be Right will lead us underway from Manor. He's from Manor. Jake knows. Big up Stockport. Right, let's go. Max's internet's gone. Well, that's what he gets for sitting in the drive-thru at McDonald's with his PlayStation plugged into his battery on his car. So, Be Right, here we go. Now, I'll send another invite to Max. We do need to hurry up though. Where's Abaddon's that are now online. He's not there. Right, here we go. This is it. They all line up for round 2. Here in China, look at the drivers. They are going slowly. Max is being one of them. And the drivers, their tyres are just cooling down as they wait. With anticipation, raring to go. But they're going to have to wait a little bit longer. But they are now raring to go. The engines. This is it for Formula 7 Realistic, powered by Sim Racing Setups. And it's lights out and away we go. Down towards turn 1. B-Rack did get a good start, so did Leo Lundy. He's going to try and go around the outside of the Ferrari. Here comes the McLaren of Casper on his countrymen. The 2 Swedish drivers go wheel to wheel, but my goodness, that is an unbelievable overtake by Casper. Reese Dye in the Scuderia Ferrari is down to P4 after losing 2 places. Hackmore in the Aston Martin is up to P6. How is that even possible? In the Mercedes, trying to go the long way round in the Ferrari and Mitch, but Hackmore seems really quick in the Aston Martin. Deadly, it says Hackmore's only made up three positions. Deadly is up 2, Epic OJ and Kaz is down 1, Sam the Man making a move as well on Chase, but it's B Right and Casper, McLaren 1-2. Yeah, I can't find him, he's still not added Formula 7 Racing, Harvey, but it looks like he's in. So, Be Right leads to Casper, to Leo Lund. Let's have a look at the reaction times. That was what it was all about. And look at that, Be Right Casper were the same. Leo Lund and Reese, they were the same as well. All the drivers' reaction times were pretty similar. Jeffy Boy was a little bit slower. Hackmore's was the quickest in that Aston Martin, and we could tell. Oh, I was thinking Hackmore was Maxi Block, my bad. Cars and Epic OJ down in towards turn 15. And they are battling already, and Cars is coming back at him. The Sauber driver onto the Alpine into turn 16 over the apex. Goes a little bit deep. And now Epic OJ will try and come back at him into the slipstream of the Kick Sauber driver. CJ and the other Kick Sauber trying to attack the Haas. It's a 4-way battle for P12 and P11. Then you've got Mirko on Hackmore, the Mercedes on the Aston Martin, both powered by Mercedes engines, but it's the Aston Martin that is just edging ahead at the moment. We've got a DRS train all the way down to P10 as the world champion tracks that Scuderia. Is he going to lunge up the inside? And Mitch has a big lock up in that Ferrari, and now he's just opened up the door for the Dutchman of Fanfurness to make his move. They are touching. Oh, Fanfurness just holding on to the rear tyres there. That could have ended in disaster. Back on board with the leaders. Casper chasing down B Right to Leo Lund to Reese to Jeffy. Tyres, what are we saying? Mediums for the top 9, then hards for the next 3. It's a bit of a mixed bag, but mainly mediums. The RS train all the way down to P17, barring Hackmore. So let's jump on board with Fanfurness once again. This is what it's all about. We are on board with the Mercedes. And he is going to try and get this overtake done. And that is Mirko being overtaken by Jeffy Boy. I think that was, or was it? No, it was Mirko getting an overtake on Hackmore. With that DRS enabled, especially with Hackmore losing the trade in front. Casper looking very quick now. Here comes Mitch and Fanfurness, Deadly, Cars, Epic OJ, Super Turbo, CJ and Ellie back. So 3 laps down, it is the McLarens that lead. And that is Mitch once again. And Hackmore now losing another position. He's trying to come back. Yeah, he did come back. And the Belgium driver on the Ferrari. Oh, look at the Ferrari driver trying to go around the outside. Hey, I was just thinking about it, and I wonder if it's because Salute ended up putting loads of stuff about fanfulness on one of the billboards that they banned it. I wonder if you're not allowed to write stuff on the billboards in case it's like provocative, but it sounds good. Anyway, it gets the crowd going. B-Right is now a second clear of Casper. Yeah, don't know, Salute. Just trying to think, because it's not been like that for any of the others, has it? So Jeffy Boy just in front of Mirko, and that is Mitch in the Ferrari that's been pushed off by the Aston Martin. Was that a late lunge? We didn't catch it, but the Ferrari and Mitch is going to come up the inside. He does back out. The Aston Martin tries to leave in the space, and through goes the Ferrari. Now here comes the Williams of Deadly picking up the pieces. He's going to get a double overtake on a Ferrari and an Aston Martin. Deadly with an incredible double overtake. Hackmore is coming back up the inside. The Ferrari's lost out to the pair of them. The Aston Martin's going to have to go the longer way round. Deadly with the inside line, picking up the scraps. The Williams with a beautiful move to go up to P8. Now the Aston Martin and the Ferrari are still going at it. Mitch and Hackmore, they have been fighting for a couple of laps now, and there's been nothing between them, and Mitch is back in front. Oh, and the Sauber's gone wide, and Epic OJ sees the door open in front of him, says thank you very much. But can cars just hold on? And there's a bit of argy-bargy in there. The drivers are not letting anything go tonight. It's really hard racing from some of these drivers. They're pretty unforgiving here in China, aren't they? That is Fanfulness through on his teammate of Mirko. The world champion is up to P6. And once again, the Mercedes drivers are not looking strong here in China. And the Alpine and the Sauber, you were just on board with the Alpine. And look at the Sauber, he's weaving left and right in cars in a hurry to get through. He does not want to be held up by Epic OJ, and Mirko is back through on his teammate. The two Mercedes drivers are either working together to try and use that DRS to catch up, or they're actually fighting each other, and there's no papaya rules in that Mercedes garage. Mitch and Deadly, Maxibot is back in. The Ferrari around the outside of the Williams. Deadly holds on, but the engine power in that scooter rear is going to be a little bit too quick for that Williams. Still a nice little battle going on after 5 laps of racing. It's a really good battle. Still some good battles on track. You can see the last laps, and there goes Fanfulness once again on at Mirko, and they're not catching up. So they are genuinely battling here. Here comes Deadly on the back of that Ferrari, and Mirko and Mitch. Mirko and Fanfulness have swapped again, but that was Deadly and Mitch who nearly went into the back of each other. The Ferrari is through. There goes Pele back on CJ. The Racing Bull just shoving CJ out of the way. Now what about Deadly and the Williams with that DRS? But no, he's just a little bit too late to the party. CJ and Pelleback is still going at it. It's Sauber through on the Racing Bull. And then he's just got to back out there. What's going on, Rye? How we doing? So on board with the leaders, it's still the McLaren 1 and 2. What about Epic OJ? He's catching up to the Aston Martin of Hackmore. What about Pelleback on CJ? These two have been going at it for a few laps now. The Alpine on the back of the Aston Martin. No DRS just yet. He will kick in shortly. There goes Maximock on cinders. He's finally back in and going racing. The top four locked in that DRS train. Shall we have a look at the tyres? So you can see the wear on the tyres for these drivers. And the same for the McLaren behind. The McLaren behind is actually looking after his tyres a little bit more than the McLaren in front. That is deadly. Back through on Mitch. Mitch is having a really tough night, isn't he? He's still in a really good position. But he's up against some drivers who are just a bit unforgiving. And CJ a little bit deep over the apex, and Pelleback coming right back into P14 and the Racing Bull through on the Sauber. What about Mitch and the Ferrari once again up the inside of the Williams, just shoving deadly apart. And Mitch is through and back up to P8. That's how you do it. It's a tasty battle. Mitch will really enjoy this. If anybody's wondering, Arsenal are already beating Chelsea 1-0. Remember, Fanfnis is going to have DRS on his teammate Mirko. And here go the two Mercedes again. They're now 4 seconds away from the top 5. There's something not right here with these Mercedes drivers. They just don't seem on it like they were last season. And you can see Sam the man getting front, Jay. You can see the drivers, Mirko, Jeffy and Fanfnis and Mitch, the interval between the pairs. But yeah, just 5.5 seconds off the top 5 already. Yeah, Harvey, that must be it. What about Epic OJ? Oh, he's going to go the inside. The touch. Wow, and that nearly ended with Hackmore going into the wall, and he's defending again, and this is getting a little bit spicy between the Alpine and the Aston Martin. You can see the Aston Martin just pushing the Alpine off the track, and now Cars is all over him. And Epic OJ would not be happy with that one. He was given no respect on track at all. Very animated between them, Hackmore and Epic OJ. They'll be giving each other the same as what they get back. But as long as they keep it clean and respectful, and Epic OJ will have the DRS unless Hackmore can get within that 1 second of the Williams in front. I don't think he's going to. So he's going to be a bit of a sitting duck here. Epic OJ is going to try and go for the overtake. He's only 2 attempts behind. You would have it. I call it hard racing. There we go. Mirko is through. But we are on board with the Alpine driver of Epic OJ. For another overtake, but he's not, he's too far behind, but I tell you he's not. That Sauber of Cars, but he's going to be put the long way round, and if he can get his foot down a little bit earlier, he can. So he's going to have to stay in position, and Deadly in P9, still chasing down that Ferrari. Fanfnis is back through on his teammate, and Mirko, and Fanfnis now nearly 6 seconds behind the rest of the pack. Here comes Deadly once again on that Ferrari. 9 laps down. And that is Jay's on CJ. CJ's into the pit lane for an undercut. His tyres, not even that bad really. You're looking about lap 11 for the mediums. Now he's on to the hards. Mitch getting his second track limit violation. Maxi Bock is out again. What is going on with Maxi? Here comes Casper. And this is, Casper is closer than he's been all race. And that is Mirko Famfus once again. I wonder who's going to get priority into the pits. Epic OJ is finally caught back up to Hackmore. Cars has got a front row seat to this. He just skids out of that chicane. Oh my God, Epic OJ just catching the rear wheel again, and there goes Leo Lund, who goes for the move. This is for P2. Casper and Leo Lund, the McLaren and the Racing Bull. Leo Lund backs out. Reese has got a front row seat to this one, and he will be happy that he's not involved in it. So Leo Lund once again going for that move, and here comes the Ferrari on the inside. He just tagged him ever so slightly, and as all of this is going on, they are letting that McLaren in P1 escape now, a second and a half clear of me right. I love the sound of them fighting behind. Look at them, only 3 tenths separate all 3 of them. So now Casper is 2.2 seconds behind. He's losing so much pace. There his tyres. They are completely dead at this point, 60% wear. And Leo Lund looks way more in control of that car. His tyres look a little bit better as well, as he just let him down there. Leo Lund is going to move into P2. The Racing Bull here goes side by side with the McLaren, but the car has not got the speed, but he will get that rear wing open, and now he'll have the extra bit of pace, and Leo Lund will take P2. What about the Ferrari of Reese? He now moves into the podium places. He goes later on the brakes. The McLaren of Casper gets a little bit deep, and Jeffy Boy moves up to P4, and Casper has gone from P2 to P5. Surely he goes into the pits. He does. Wow, what a battle that was. So back on board with Leo Lund. It's a great tussle here that we are witnessing. Epic OJ, there's a few drivers now into the pit lane. Fastest lap of the race so far is a B right on lap 2. Hackmore on the back of that kick Sauber. So this is where the undercut comes in, and Mitch has come out behind CJ. This is not where he wants to be at all. This will hold him up quite a bit, and CJ goes wide, and Mitch is through. Nice and easy from Mitch. He's now got a little bit of clean air until he catches up to Super Turbo, but they're all inside that Ferrari family, so I'm not sure he will get held up too much. And Reese is now a second behind Leo Lund, then Jeffrey Boy, Famfus. Where is Casper come out? He's come out behind the Williams of Sam the Man. He's going to get that DRS. Here comes Mirko on the back of Jay's. So is Casper's undercut going to work here in China? And on Mirko tried the old switchback on Jay's. It didn't pay off. And there goes Jeffy Boy. Jeffy Boy's into the wall. Jeffy Boy is into the wall on lap 11. What has happened there? I have no idea what's gone on. Reese and Jeffy and B-Right are all into the pit lane. Remember, Casper went for the undercut. it'll be interesting to see if he comes out in front of his teammate. He's not going to. Is he going to come out in front of Reese? Here's Reese. And Casper is in front, so is Sam the Man. And Sam the Man going a little bit wide. Reese is trying to find a way through. He doesn't want to lose too much time. And Sam the Man racing really nicely there to the Ferrari. And Reese comes out 1.6 behind Casper Solhambre in the Papaya. Leo Lund staying out for another lap, so is Fanfinus. And their tyres will be screaming. Look at that, 73% for that Mercedes. Casper is now through on Pele back. And he's 3 seconds behind his teammate. Here comes B right on Hackmore. And the Aston Martin driver, nothing he can do about that. As the McLaren moves through and up to P5. The provisional race leader not hanging around. He's now got the Sauber of cars in front of him. Have a look at Restart now on Pele back. He makes light work of it. And that's what you want as the Ferrari, who's on a bit of an overcut. He does not want to be held up. Leo Lund is staying out for another lap. So he's trying to make the most out of their mediums because he wants fresher hearts come the end of this race. There goes B right on the Sauber driver, and now up to P4. And he's in 2 seconds of clean air until he hits a very aggressive Alpine. He'll be thinking about that. We know how Epic OJ drives, and he's a very tasty driver at the best of times. Sam the Man into the pit lane. Here comes Mitch on Super Turbo up the inside. Goes the Ferrari on the Haas, and into P13 for Mitch. Jay Bentley, I love it. He's watching a son be right and watching traitors. So cars being overtaken by B Right, and now he's on the back of Epic OJ. Casper has got the Sauber in front of him. Reese has still got that Aston Martin of Hackmore. Here comes Casper. And what about B Right on Epic OJ? Reese is through on Hackmore as Hackmore gets out of the way. Mirko is through on Pele back, and B Right is through on the Sauber driver. A bit of a wiggle there. I don't know what happened. There goes Casper on cars. But B Right did get through on the Alpine driver, and there was a lot of overtaking there. Mirko up to P9. Leo Lund and Fanfinus are now into the pit lane, and B Right goes back into the lead of the Grand Prix. So it's all starting to play out a little bit. Epic OJ stays out. Leo Lund is into the pit lane. Remember, Epic OJ's on them hard compound tyres. Deadly picking up his first track limit penalty. Jeffy Boy on Hackmore. Look at Reese on the back of cars, and the Ferrari driver will move ahead and makes it look nice and easy. That's what you want. So Casper now has to get past the Alpine, and we know this is never easy. Some brilliant driving here this evening. All 19 drivers still on the grid. And here comes Casper through on the Alpine of Epic OJ, and then you got Leo Lund that goes through on cars. Leo Lund is not too far behind the pack, you know, considering that he stayed out for another couple of laps. He's actually in a really strong position, is the Racing Bull driver. Because it's a long way to go on them hard compounds. And we know that the weather is clear. And there goes Reese on Epic OJ, the Ferrari driver, back into the podium places. But he's got a Racing Bull chasing him down with every lap. You can see the last laps between the drivers. TJ picking up a time penalty. See Epic OJ, Jeffy Boy getting through on Peleback. You can see there's a few drivers still yet to pit. Here goes Leo Lund. On the back of the Alpine. He might just have to stay behind him until he gets that DRS straight. And that's exactly what he will do. But look how much more grip he has than Epic OJ. And then up the inside, and that rear wing will open. And he gets the move done. Easy as that for the Racing Bull. 2.5 seconds behind the Ferrari. Mirko up to P6. We've had not a single yellow flag or DNF. And touch wood, it stays like that. Super Joe picking up his first track limit. There goes Hackmore through on CJ. Beautiful view as they come flying around there. Super Turbo on Peleback into P13 down towards turn 14 and 15, and that's Peleback that goes off the track, and he just missed his braking point. But you can look at his tyres. He's got a puncher. He's got a puncher. He's stayed out too long. 89% on that front left, and the Racing Bull driver of Peleback has a puncher here in China, and he gets a time penalty for speeding into the pit lane. That is really unfortunate. Look, speeding into the pit lane. So, Deadly chasing down Mitch. How we doing, Oliver? Hope you're good. So, Mitch on Fanfinus. Sorry, no, Deadly on Mitch. Mitch is 4.7 behind. Fanfinus, Leo Lund is chasing down the Ferrari. He's now only 1.6 behind. And Mirko is within DRS range of the Alpine in front. So you can see now. And that DRS is about to kick in. There we go, the rear wing is wide open, DRS enabled. We have a yellow flag on the track somewhere. And that is Epic OJ being overtaken. There's a driver off the track. There's an oh, it's Cinders, sorry, just moving out of the way of the front runners. And the drivers, very respectful here. Leo Lund setting the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Fastest sectors, first sector and third sector to Leo Lund, and sector 2 to B right. Yeah, it's a really good battle here tonight. Look at that aerial view, love it. Yellow flag again, I can't see anybody on track, so I'm not too worried at the moment. There goes Fanfinus on the cars. Oh, and he just taps the rear. That's Albert having to hold on. See the batteries of the drivers. Look at Fanfinus, he's got so much more battery and he's not even going to use it, and through goes the Mercedes around turn 13. And look at the Red Bull of Jeffy Boy as well. He picking up the pieces, and Jeffy Boy moves up to P8, and now he's going to try and make an overtake on Fanfinus as well. The Red Bull on the Mercedes. The Mercedes has the inside line though. Jeffy Boy is going to have to be cool about this. No, not this time. What about Reese on the back of Casper? He's caught him up. Oh, we had to restart a few times, to be honest, mate. Few issues, and then the account wouldn't let me. It kept banning me from starting because we'd changed the billboards. It's all fun and games anyway, that's for sure. Time penalty for Cinders there. And here comes Leo Lund now, and these three are fighting for P2. Here comes Reese, he's looking for a way through, and now comes Leo Lund. He also has a little sneak up the inside. Thinks better of it. Remember, Leo Lund has got 2 lap pressure tyres than the rest of the grid. You can see 20% wear for him, 40%. For Reese, he's going to have to pit again. He's looking at a 2-stopper, whereas Leo's probably going to go for a 1. Here comes Reese on Casper Solhamre, down around the outside, and look at Leo Lund on the inside, 3 wide to 2 wide, down in towards turn 15, and it's the racing bull of Leo Lund that moves in to P2 with a great overtake here in China. Reese in the Ferrari will chase him through there, but it's Casper that's devoted to P4. Wow, so this is now turned on its head. Let's see. Tyres there. And if you look at the tyres, look at that, but then look at Reese's. Wow, his tyres are like 8% more worn on the fronts than everybody around him. So maybe a little lock-up somewhere or something like that has cost him a little bit on the tyres. So everybody's on the 1 stop at the minute, apart from Maximock, who's yet to pit. That is Epic Oja, it's thrown CJ, no messing around for the Alpine driver who's on the overcut. Yellow flag is waving. Not sure why, I can't see anything. And Casper in the McLaren on the back of Reese, and look at Leo Lund now, he's his second clear. What about Hackmore? And the Aston Martin driver of Hackmore through on the Haas of Super Turbo. And it's Belgium versus San Marino for the last point on the table. As Sanderman, the American driver here in China, being overtaken by the Dutchman. He'll go down in towards turn 15. He'll go later on the brakes. All 19 drivers still on the grid. Super Turbo into the pit lane. Fascinating race, this really, it is, because you just don't know what's going to happen. You don't know where the next sort of overtake is going to come from, and apart from B right, you don't really know where anybody's going to finish. It's a really thrilling encounter between them. So Casper still fighting with Reese, and this looks like it's going to be a slam dunk overtake. 8 laps remaining here in China. Casper is going to move into P3. And here's the papaya that rules on lap 20. It's a great duel that we're watching here for the podium. They are now 2 seconds behind Leo Lund, who is chasing down B right. And if you look, why has he got oh yeah, his front left was overheating through there. Wow. But 30% on the fronts, Whereas in B right, it's 41. We've got a yellow flag again. That is a driver going into the pits. That is deadly into the pit lane. Is he committing to the two-stopper? Are we going to get every driver finish this race? It's looking likely at the moment, but I don't want to jinx it. Track limit. You can see Mitch with his 3-second penalty. And that won't actually drop him down any positions as it stands. And the track quite spread out. Here comes Reese out of turn 15. Can he get his foot down earlier? You look at the battery between the pair. Reese is holding a little bit more, maybe saving it. Still, it's going to be really close again this race. Another 6 laps on these tyres. But it is B right that leads at the moment. Jeffy Boy on Fanfinus. And I tell you what, had Jeffy Boy not have hit the wall going into the pit lane, he would not be in this position fighting with the Mercedes. But the two Mercedes have done well. Deadly coming out just in front of Jays and then getting, well, coming out behind him and then getting the overtake. And Jays has let Super Turbo go through. So a bit tactical there for the Haas drivers. But yeah, Jeffy Boy will not like the fact that he's having to battle two Mercedes drivers now, especially considering the position that he was supposed to be in before he crashed into the wall. Merc on Fanfinus have done a good job getting back to where they are into P5 and P6. Will they be happy with that? Probably not, considering one of them is the reigning world champion and they did only just miss out on the constructors last season. But it does look like the other teams have sort of caught up to them a little bit. The Racing Bull have obviously got a great signing in Leo Lund. The Ferraris look really strong, and here comes Reese up the inside of Casper, and he's into the podium. Goes Reese. Casper will have to try and fight him back. I expect it to be a little bit more competitive when Casper is dropped down when Lewis comes back. This is a great battle between Reese and Casper. The Ferrari staying ahead with 5.5 laps to go. And that is Mitch into the pit lane. So, yeah, look at his tyres. So he's having to go onto a two-stop strategy, onto another set of hard compounds to the end of this race. That is CJ on Sam the Man. Sam the Man trying to return the favour, but he just can't get his foot down early enough. It was a good attempt. They're trying to switch it back. He will get the DRS now, though. So is this going to be close enough to move back in to P15? It's not. It's another yellow flag waving. That's an Alpine, and that is Cinders that's lost it on the grass at turn 15. He's still carrying on here, Cinders in that Alpine. And he's got an Aston Martin of Hackmore, and Cinders going into the pit lane. And there goes Casper on Reese. Around the outside, Reese goes later on the brakes though, and Casper having to go onto the grass. I think there we just missed it, and there goes Jeffy Boy and Fanfinus being overtaken, and Reese is into the pit lane. Reese is into the pits, so he's committed to a two-stopper with 4 laps to go. This is dreadful for Ferrari. Fanfinus chasing back on Jeffy. So Reese is having to commit to a two-stopper, but he's got the space. He will come out in P7 anyway. So he's now going to be on fresh tyres. He's actually not going to lose that much, considering. I think whoever's the engineer for Ferrari have said to Reese, listen, you've got 60% wear on your tyres. It's going to be a struggle to get to the end. You've got a gap for P7. Just take the pit stop and go for it. And if we catch up to the Mercedes and the Red Bull, but it's not worth risking it for P4 if you do get a puncher. And it's a great strategy. That's why people have engineers in the background speaking to them and trying to give them advice. And I think that was advice given to Ferrari correctly there. Oh. So, Mitch. Leo Lund not able to catch up to me right yet. The interesting thing is, will Reese be able to catch up to Fanfulness? Looking at the tyres, it's probably still a bit of an ask. Oh wow, Jeffy Boy's front left is on 61%. Here comes Mitch on Deadly. So both Ferraris, I'm not sure if it's a Ferrari strategy this evening, but both Ferraris have ended up going for a two-stopper. And if you look at it, there's not many drivers in the top 10 who've had to go for a two-stopper. And there goes Mitch later on the brakes on Deadly with the old switcheroo. But he can't get it down, he just can't find the grip quick enough. Mitch on them fresher tyres. Reese is quick. Can you check what the Alpines are doing in terms of what? So Jeffy now on the back of Mirko. Dennis held up a lapped Alpine. Oh, Dennis was held up by a lapped Alpine. And Deadly just having to get out of the way there. Jeffy Boy on the back of the second Mercedes. Here comes the Red Bull driver to take P4, and Mirko put that Mercedes in a really good defensive position. And Jeffy Boy, this is going to be hard for him. Deadly picking up a 3-second time penalty. Fastest lap for the Ferrari of Reese. Only 11 seconds behind now. Pele back getting a blue flag for Leo Lund. That is a yellow flag now. Not sure for who. And that is Fanfulness and Jeffy going at it. And Jeffy Boy going back up the inside of the Mercedes. 1 minute he was fighting with Mirko, now he's fighting with Fanfulness, and Fanfulness going really late on the brakes, shoving the Red Bull onto the curb, and Jeffy did really well to hold on to that and stayed in front of Fanfulness. I think they were trying to work together to get that Red Bull to lose DRS, but he's done a cracking job at staying within that 1 second of the Mercedes in front. But great teamwork from the two Mercedes drivers. But Jeffy just holding his own at the moment. Here he comes into the slipstream of Mirko. But he's got Fanfulness behind him. He's got a bit more straight line speed than the two AMG drivers around him. He's in that Mercedes sandwich out of turn 15. He's got a little bit more grip than Mirko does. As we are about to head onto the final lap of the Chinese Grand Prix, and this might be Jeffy's only opportunity to get that P4. Sorry, we are on lap 27, the penultimate lap. And Jeffy's going to have 2 more attempts at this. Fanfulness with the lunge on the inside. He is going for that lunge. And Jeffy Boy read it. He's seen him coming. And now he goes for that lunge on the inside. And he will go toe-to-toe with the world champion. And Fanfrena's trying to cover off the inside. Jeffy goes to the outside, locks up. Beautiful move down the inside. Fanfrena's trying to switch it back. But this is a battle for the ages we are watching here. The P4, Fanfrena's trying to nudge up the inside. They do slightly touch. And Jeffy Boy only 3/10 behind Mirko. The move for P4 is still there at the moment. So 2.9 is the gap between B Right and Leo Lund. 11 seconds to Casper. Reese is only 6 seconds away from Fanfrena's Jeffy and Mirko, but I don't think it's going to be enough. He went for the two-stop strategy. He's not been able to catch up to him, but there is still a lap left. B Right goes on to the final lap of the race. And we're still watching this battle for P4. This is the final lap. This is where Jeffy needs to get it now. We know that Fanfrena's is brave with his overtaking here like this. He did the exact same on the last lap. He went really late on the brakes into the corner. And he is in front of Jeffy Boy now, covers off the inside line. And I tell you what, Jeffy won't mind this at all. He will like the fact that Fanfrena's is in front of him and on the back of his teammate, because if Fanfrena's... Oh, there he goes up the inside, goes Jeffy Boy with that late move to take P5. They both wheel spin out of the corner. Fanfrena's will have the inside of turn 7 back in front goes Fanfrena's. Mirko looking in his rearview mirror, and he will be happy with these two fighting behind. Here comes Epic OJ on Hackmore, trying to shove him through the corners. So Mirko half a second in front of Fanfrena's. Here comes Jeffy Boy. They will have DRS. Leo Lund just helping his teammate Pele back. B Right is going to come through. We've got a good battle. Here comes Fanfrena's. B Right is going to come through to win round 2 here in China. Here comes Fanfrena's on Mirko. This is the two Mercedes fighting for P4. And with that slipstream, the two Mercs go wheel to wheel. And the switch back from the world champion of Fanfrena's. He tries to get his foot down. Mirko holds on. And it's P4 for Mirko, P5 for Fanfrena's, and they fight towards the line. Into the slipstream, here comes Fanfrena's. Oh, it's Mirko that takes it by 8/100. But it's a McLaren 1-3, a double McLaren podium once again, and Leo Lund takes P2. B Right wins here in China. He won last week and he wins here, and it's 2 from 2 in the feature races. Another great result from the 3-time world champion. All 19 drivers finished the race. Really good race that. All 19 drivers finished the race. It's what we like to see. There you have it. On the top step once again is the Papayas. It's very much Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri-esque here in China. So let's have a look through the standings. So B Right takes the race victory here in China. Leo Lund takes P2 and Casper in the McLaren takes P3. Mirko takes P4 in the Mercedes, his teammate in P5. Jeffrey Boy in P6, Reese in P7 with the fastest lap, Hackmore in P8, Epic OJ P9 and Cars P10. Then comes Mitch, Deadly, Trubo, Sam the Man, Jay, CJ, Pele, Maxi and Cinders. I just need to put these into the system, bear with me. Driver of the day for me, I mean, it was a pretty flawless race from B Right, weren't it, if I'm being completely honest. Leo London Peter in a Racing Bull is also driver of the day worthy. But I rarely give driver of the day to the race winner. I always think they've already got something with the race win, so they don't need driver of the day. But when you've got a flawless performance like that, where you didn't put a foot wrong and from start to finish you won the race, was it a oh, it weren't a Grand Slam, was it? Because when he pitted, he weren't in first place, but it was very close to one. So yes, driver of the day today. So yeah, really good drive. Fastest lap was Reese. We'll do some quick interviews. So, oh, did I not have everybody muted? That would have been annoying for the whole race for them, wouldn't it? We will. I don't know if Casper. Where's Casper? No, he's not in anymore, and neither is Leo. So it's just B Right. B Right, are you there? Anyone who puts Leo on the wall, I'll pay. B Right. Yeah, no worries, Ben. So we will interview the race winner. And then I'll go and watch the Arsenal-Chelsea match, I suppose.
Hello?
B Right, how are you, mate? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, mate, yeah.
Perfect.
Right, we are talking to your race winner, Ben. Talk us through that. That was absolutely flawless, mate.
Yeah, that wasn't bad, was it?
No, it was pretty much as perfect as you can get.
It was, mate. Pretty tough, to be honest.
1 second, Ben, 1 second, sorry. Right, there you go. 1 second, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah,
Right, yeah, I've just turned it up so everyone can hear you. There you go.
no problem.
Is that turned up, everybody, so you can hear him? Banana says very quiet, but I never believe Banana because he'll just say random stuff.
People just need to hire up their phone or their
Yeah,
television, whatever.
he'll have his phone on like 5 volume. He'll be like, he's really quiet, you know. Bruh, bruh. Right, let me just turn this up. What's on at the moment? 27, my favourite number. So I'll just turn all of that up. Right, go on, Ben. Talk us through that one, mate.
Yeah, it was a great race. Wings were a little bit too high, but it worked out in the end. Qualifying was good to get pole position on not much practice, so that was a bonus. Obviously, Casper helped me out massively to get that race win. He's been incredible these past two races, and he's absolutely sacrificed himself to make me win these races, the last two. So big job to him already. But yeah, I had to go out there and do a job when you got someone like Leo Lund chasing you down. It's never easy. Um, but yeah, I got the race win and a massive points gap on to now like Reese and Mirko and people like that. But Leo Lund is still there, chasing me down, of course.
Yeah, and I was going to say that with Casper being a reserve driver, is the discussion always to prefer you as the driver to be in front and for him to help out? Is
It's
that
not always. It's the decision he's put upon himself, which I think is absolutely incredible, and it goes
yeah?
to show what kind of respect he has for myself and for me and Jamie, sort of getting him in and giving this opportunity because he's such a competitive driver. He's so good himself. He's capable of winning races. So yeah, he's taking it on his own back to do the job, and I got nothing but praise for the kid, and I can't thank him enough.
Yeah, and also on top of that, you've got a teammate that's helping you out a lot massively at the moment.
Yeah.
But you obviously need some sort of talent to be winning the first two races of the season. That must feel good to win the both opening rounds.
It does. I didn't think it was going to start like this with how my sort of tier one has gone. I've not been so good over there at the minute, but I am here, which is a positive. Yeah, it's just road race at a time and see what we can do. You know, I want to be in the position to take that championship back from Mercedes and obviously Fanfurness and see what I can do. I'm trying not to look at the chat because I can see my mum's name coming up. I don't want to get choked up. Um, sorry.
No, you're
But
all
yeah,
right.
it was a great race and. Yeah, the support I get is incredible. So, and I don't want to get choked up because I can see her name, so I'm gonna stop.
No, it's always like that, isn't it? Especially when Mumsy's watching and all that, you know. But no, when you perform like that and you win a race and you know that your mum's watching as well, it's always a great feeling, and it must be a great feeling for you as well to have all of that support. But what a performance! What a race! Pretty much flawless, Ben. You got the strategy right. You pretty much had a bit of breathing space throughout the whole race.
I did, mate. Yeah, it was yeah. Thanks to Casper again, but my pace had to be there, and it was, and I managed to pull about a 4 second gap, and then I managed to contain that throughout the race, which was absolute. I was delighted with.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, pace felt great. For setup felt great. Car felt great, of course. Um, just got to keep, yeah, like I said, taking it one race at a time. I'm trying to be as humble as I can. But for today, that was for the team and not just myself, for Casper as well. And obviously, we can't forget Lewis. He's not got onto the grid yet. I respect that guy massively as well. So yeah, it's not just all me. It comes down to the people behind me. It's my team and the people that support me, my family, and things around me that just go and say, go do your practice and do all those things because it takes a lot of time out of our year. Um, but no, yeah, smile from ear to ear and try not to cry.
Yeah, no, you should have a smile from ear to ear as well, mate. It was an absolutely flawless performance once again. The opening two race of the season, won by you. You know how to win a race. It was just great to watch that and be so clear in front of everybody else and to get the right strategy and have the pace and everything. So well done to you. Well done for driver of the day, and congratulations on another brilliant, well-deserved race win, mate.
Thank you very much, Nathan. And yeah, shout out to my mum, of course. She's actually remembered to watch tonight. I miss you to bits. And yeah, thank you for the support you still give me. So I love you to bits.
Well done, Ben.
Thank you.
There you go. So the race winner from China, Be Right. What a result. What a race win and what a victory. Big shout out to Jay Bentley in the chat as well. Always supporting the three-time realistic world champion. There you have it here in China. We'll be back next Wednesday for round three. I'm hoping we won't have many more issues. I will try and get that sorted for better viewing. But yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in, supporting and watching Formula 7 racing. Well done to all of the drivers. And I will see you all next Wednesday. Have a great week, everybody.